How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Southside High School, home of the Archers. They're playing host tonight to the Bishop Luers Knights, just a couple miles here from campus at Southside. Built-in rivalry and SAC foes. Tonight, Southside comes in 3-3 in the Summit Athletic Conference, 12-7 overall. Luers comes in 4-2 in conference, still with the chance to get a piece of the conference title. 4-2 in conference, 8-6 overall. See some talented players out here, youngsters, with the freshman for Luers, Sydney Curry, and the sophomore for Southside, Austin Boucher. Two outstanding players for their respective programs. Also for Luers, the dynamic scorer J.J. Foster, and the big fella for the Archers, Dion Palmer, averaging nearly a double-double here this season. This is SummitCitySports.com, brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine. Chris Cochran on the camera. This is Tim Atkinson calling your play-by-play here this evening as the gym starts to fill up as we get set on senior night here at Southside. We'll send you down to the PA announcer for the starting lineups and the national anthem.
Please remain standing for the Southside School Song. Archers. Here are your starting lines. First division on the scoreboard, the Bishop Luers Knights. At one guard, 5'11", number 11, Ray Walker. At the other guard, 5'11", number 12, JJ Foster. At one forward, 6'4", number 3, Jason Davis. At the other forward, 6'6", number 15, Blaine Cook. And at center, 6'5", number 35, Jordan Banks. The Knights are coached by Mr. JJ Foster. And now, ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet for the home team on the scoreboard, your Southside Archers. At one guard, 5'7", number 2, Mark Haley Hairston. At a second guard, 6'2", number 4, Austin Boucher. At a third guard, 6'2", number 21, Trayvon Deere. At one forward, 6'2", number 10, KJ King. And at four forward, 6'7", number 30, Ian Elmer. The Archers are coached by Mr.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. SummitCitySports.com brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine. National Anthem starting lineups in the books for Bishop Luers. Number 3, Jason Davis. Number 11, Ray Walker. 12, JJ Foster. Number 15, Blaine Cook. And number 35, Jordan Banks. For the Archers, Marklin Hairston. Number 2, number 4, Austin Boucher. Number 10, KJ King. Number 21, Trayvon Didier. And number 30, Dion Palmer. That's your starting 5. Big surprise for Luers, the talented freshman Sydney Curry, averaging 12 points and nearly 10 boards a game. He's going to come off the bench here to start this contest against the arch rival Southside Archers. To tip, Jordan Banks, the senior, along with number 30, Dion Palmer, who just was part of the senior night festivities here at Southside. With the tip, this is boys varsity basketball in the state of Indiana, Fort Wayne version Summit Athletic Conference. 4 8-minute quarters. No shot clock here in the state. Didier picked up the dribble, finds Palmer. Man-to-man defense, and nice reverse there by Dion Palmer to start the contest for Coach Mike Novell, who in his 6th year is 44 and 79 overall. Luers, of course, led by headman J.J. Foster, 29 and 29 in his 3rd year, as J.J. Foster Jr. looked to go down low to Banks. Nice outlet and blocked, that time by Davis. Davis probably has, between him and Dion Palmer, the 2 most athletic players on the floor. Turnover, Boucher can't get to it, steps on the end line, runs up mid bleachers there. So 2-0 Southside to start. On the reverse by Palmer. Luers will take possession. Full court pressure here by Southside. Into Foster. Didier guarding him. Up top, back now to Foster. See what they do here with Curry out. Foster's gonna rise up. Left rim, no good. Rebounded by Boucher. Boucher does average about 2 a game boards, and that's Palmer's 2nd consistent bucket. 4-0 Southside on top. The senior coming out strong. You'll see him have a couple chances at some high-rising putbacks here, so stay tuned. This is SummitCitySports.com, brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine. That was a travel on Jordan Banks. Turnover for Luers. Back to Southside. Just gave a shuffle after the jump step. Boucher got this handle, found Didier on the wing, and that's nothing but net. Trayvon Didier, good start for Southside. 6:15 remaining in the first quarter. 7-0 is your score. Coach Foster's going to get a timeout early in the contest. Going to get a 30-second timeout. Can't ask for a better start for Southside. Palmer, 2 quick ones, and Didier, who averages nearly 20 a game, 19.3 to be exact. Trayvon Didier, the sophomore, his sophomore running mate, Austin Boucher averages 23 a game. Outstanding backcourt along with Marklin Hairston, who is also a sophomore, number 2. Who's more their slasher glue guy, especially on the defensive end. See him very, very active. They look for Walker. Ray Walker can get hot as well from deep. Here's Foster. You got to come out and guard him. He's got the bigger Palmer on him. Right here, they need a clear out. Right there, that screen set up Didier right back on his man. Needed to just clear that out and let Foster go. There's Walker, lost the handle. A lot of guards just switching here for Southside. Banks to Foster. Nice patience by Luers here in the first quarter. Still looking for their first bucket. That went off an Archer foot, I believe. It did not. Went off a Luers player out of bounds. We will go to South. 7-0 still is your score. As Curry checks in, Coach J.J. Foster not wasting any time. Checks in Curry, but sets down J.J. Foster. Didier, another look, same spot. Can't get it to go. Palmer just got over the top of Curry, knocked it away. But Walker picked it up, put it right at Boucher. No good, rebounded by South and KJ King. Hairston, Boucher, pump fake, spin move. Good defense by Luers. Set shot by Hairston, no good, rebounded by Banks. And here comes Walker. Luers still looking for their first bucket. There's the freshman Curry. Lost his footing, got the putback, and good. He'll go to the line for the opportunity, the three-point play. The freshman Sidney Curry gets Luers on the board.
Number 10, KJ King, the line to finish for the night.
Sidney Curry, top 100 player in the class. Lefty can't convert the three-point play. It stays 7-2. 5 minutes remaining in the first. Crossover, Boucher goes right to the cup and can't finish, but will get fouled. They'll call that on the floor.
Number 11, Ray Walker.
That foul was on Walker, his first, team's first. Hairston, Didier here on the left wing. Boucher ran the baseline. Dribble drive, tried to leave it to King. Back out to Boucher, left open. 3-ball, Austin Boucher. Highly recruited here in the state of Indiana. Butler, Xavier, Indiana, Purdue, you name it, has shown interest in the sophomore Austin Boucher. Has a 6'7" reach, does the sophomore, and good athleticism. Beautiful finish with the scoop shot by Hairston. Averages 2.5 a game, now has 2, 10-point lead for the Archers, 4:20 to go in the first. Banks, you got to play him out top because he can't hit that 3-ball. Dribble drive. And they're going to call an offensive foul. Maybe solid travel there, but definitely not enough contact for the offensive call, but that's what it is. So call on Banks, tough one. That's the team second, Banks first. 12-2 is your score. Southside starting this game outstanding. Boucher can't leave him open. Back-to-back threes for the talented sophomore Austin Boucher. Averaging 23 points a game, now has 6. 2 for 2 for 3, and that's what Banks does. Jordan Banks, you can't leave him open. Outstanding three-point set shooter. As Boucher gets cut off nicely by Davis. Walker back in the game. He just switches with Davis. Now on Didier. Trajan Didier. Hairston. Didier with Cook on him. They switch. Banks now on Didier. Didier can't go by him. Boucher from deep was feeling it. And nothing but air on that one. So maybe just a tad bit out of range for Boucher. A little heat check. Can't get it to go. Nothing but air. We'll go back to Luers, 15-5. South on top. Banks King comes out to guard him. Davis, Didier on him. Man-to-man defense by both squads here. Curry. Davis in the corner, has Banks down low. Good look on the baseline. Banks and did step out of bounds on the end line. Another turnover for Luers. Just plaguing them here in the early going. 3 minutes to play in the first. Hairston. Good look to King. Blocked by Curry. Right there, King needs to go strong with that ball. Went soft with it, and Curry put it away. Davis can't get it to go. Rebound comes down to Walker, a little floater. Nice for Ray Walker. Picking up the board and putting it up. Boucher comes right back and takes it all the way to the rim, puts it in with the finger roll. Boucher now with 8. 17-7, he'll head to the line for the chance at the three-point play. SummitCitySports.com brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine. Boucher trying to make an 11-point game, does. Banks, you gotta guard him. 3-ball. Gotta get out and guard Jordan Banks. That's his second 3. That many attempts, now with 6 points. Pulls his Luers Knights within 8. Palmer, nice move to the other side of the rim. Put up with the right hand's gonna foul on Curry. He'll head to the line.
Number 5, Sidney Curry.
2 shoot 2. Deion Palmer, senior, averaging 8 points, 8.8 boards a game. 2.5 assists and almost 1.5 blocks. That's per contest. Palmer hits that one. 20-10 is your score. Southside in control. 2:10 remaining in the first quarter. Hairston was bothering Walker too much there. He's going to pick up the personal foul.
Archer foul. Number 2, Michaela Hairston.
That's the team's second. Hairston's first. Davis is going to relieve Foster. Now Walker takes the inbound. Walker, 2-screen set up top. Davis, Banks, has Foster, Curry down low. Curry has Palmer on his back. Good feed, baseline. Good face-up move by Curry, but just keep the balance right as he got to the hole. That time Boucher looked for Didier, didn't get the eye contact, and turnover. We'll head back to Luers, down by 10. Davis, no good. 0 for 2 from 3 now, and that will be off of Banks. It will go to Southside. 1.5 remaining in the first. SummitCitySports.com brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine. Tim Atkinson calling your play-by-play here this evening. Banks checks out, Cook in for the Knights. So Foster, Walker, Cook, Davis, and Curry. Didier, Hairston, Palmer, Boucher, and KJ King, your 5-4 Southside. Good look to Didier as they break the press, rises up from the top of the key. No good, rebound by Davis. Good strong rebound. Walker looks to push it up to Curry, knocked away. Palmer didn't see it. Curry with the left hand, good. Sidney Curry, but right back comes Southside. You gotta get back in transition. That's twice now. Southside has scored on the break after a make basket. Walker went behind the back, tricky, but turned it over behind the back. Didier to Hairston. Boucher's liking it this evening. No good there. Palmer, and knocked away by Walker. We'll stay here with South. 22-12 is your score. Good start for Southside. Averages almost 68 a game here at 22 with just under a minute to play in the first. Didier back out to King. King found Harrison open to Palmer. Good unselfish ball movement. 24-12 South, looking extremely good. Best I've ever seen them play here through an 8-minute stretch. Playing outstanding team ball. As Luers will look to take the last shot. Down by 12, can cut it to a single-digit deficit. Davis, Cook, you can't leave him open. That's the specialist. Rimmed out, no good. Curry. Sidney Curry with a freshman with another board. And Hairston can't get it to go at the buzzer. So the score at the end of one are Southside Archers up 24-14 over arch rival and SAC foe, Bishop Luers Knights. SummitCitySports.com, brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine. Chris Cochran on the camera. This is Tim Atkinson calling your play-by-play here this evening. Fine Tuesday night here, chilly Tuesday night in Fort Wayne, Indiana, on the south side of Fort Wayne. Here in the gym, revamped Southside Archer Gym, right off Calhoun Street. Luers just a couple miles away from campus here. A lot of kids growing up at these two schools playing against each other. Southside looks to keep this going. Outstanding first quarter that they had, dropping 24 in the quarter and holding Luers to 14. Fouls for Luers, 2 for Southside. Banks, Curry, Davis, Foster, and Cook. Oh no, they got 6 players out there. That's going to be a technical foul on Luers. That's 6 players on the floor for Luers. Technical foul should be called. And that's, I believe, what will. 6 players came out on the floor. As that was rattling off the players on the floor, I noticed I was calling out one too many, as Davis looks like will be the one to sit. Boucher now will head to the line. So a bit embarrassing there for the Luers Knights. Boucher drains the tech. And will hit both the technical fouls. Southside now with the ball. Yes, I'm not sure if that's a change of possession on that technical or not. Haven't seen that called rarely, and that's, I believe, what the referees are talking about right now. I believe that Luers does keep the ball, but nope. As they are talking about it right now, who had possession. So a bit of a hiccup here for Luers to start the quarter. Seeing about everything here so far on senior night. See what we have in store these remaining 3 quarters. As Boucher is going to run the point. Luers looks like they're going to go in a zone here. Looks like a diamond and 1 on Didier. And Banks is the one trailing Didier. Didier went right by him but couldn't get the floater to go from the baseline, rebounded by the freshman Curry. Luers looking to cut in this 12-point deficit. And an offensive foul called on Walker. Tough call. Didn't see it extended at all, but that's a second offensive foul called on the Knights. That's the first on Foster. And the 16th foul. So 1 away from the 1 and bonus. think that last possession, Banks just thought they were in a man-to-man because they're now in a complete 2-3 zone, and that led to the turnover here as Foster picks it up. Nobody stops ball and left him wide open for three. J.J. Foster averaging almost 16 a game, but once again, Austin Boucher beats his man back in transition and gets the bucket with another easy lay-in off the make by Luers. Fouls on Didier. 28-7. Southside on top. So the 5 for Luers. Foster, Banks, Cook, Walker, and Curry for Southside. Didier, King, Palmer, Boucher, and Hairston. As King and Hairston will check out. And Dennis Johnson Jr. and number 12, Courtney Shorter, check in for Southside. Johnson a junior, Shorter a sophomore, standing sophomore class. Walker back rims that one, Foster back rims that one. Rebounded by Shorter up to Didier, pump fake. Look to go down low to Shorter. That should have been a double dribble called late, but that's the right call. Definitely a double dribble turnover on Luers. 6:40 remaining in this second quarter. 28-7 is your score. Southside on top of arch rival Bishop Luers Knights. Right elbow blocked by Banks, and Palmer with the finish. Now has 9 points. Already best his season average of 8. 30-17 is your score. Southside on top. Remember, Bishop Luers sits 4-2 in the Summit Athletic Conference, tied for second behind Carroll and Homestead as Walker drains the 3. Boucher looked to push, nicely cut off that time by Walker. Boucher now at the top key, good look down low. I'm not sure how that's a travel when he's dribbling the ball. Referee must have called the slip while he still had the ball in his hands. Only thing I could see there. So just under 6 minutes to go, a couple of questionable calls, but going both ways. So it, as it usually does, even out. Foster, top of the key. Has Banks down low. Up top to Curry. Curry with Palmer on him. Walker rises up from the wing. About banked in, flipped out to Didier behind the back and finds Boucher wide open baseline. Austin Boucher with his third 3 of the game. Good look that time with the left-handed floater by Curry. Good look by J.J. Foster. 33-22. Shorter looks for Palmer. And nicely done by Southside with Johnson finishing the bunny. A great ball movement. An unselfish play by the Archers. 35-22. Walker, that may have been partially blocked. Didier looks to go all the way, knocked out by J.J. Foster. We'll say Southside ball. Harrison's going to check back in for Shorter. Shorter will sit. Boucher calling out the play. They look for Palmer. Takes it in. Got blocked by Curry, his third block unofficially. Didier came out to him wide open, no good. And who's going to get the loose ball? Comes out to Foster, who hands it to Walker and then is tackled by Hairston. That'll be a foul, his second. On Markland Hairston, the team's 4th. Davis will check in for Cook.
Foul. It's on number 2, Markayla Hairston.
Walker looks to inbound. Needs some help. Davis, dangerous pass. Goes up top here now to Foster. J.J. Foster's going to set up the offense. Looking for Banks down low. Good low post defense. That was picked off by Boucher. Boucher looking to go all the way. Jumper from the left elbow. No good. Maybe. I'm going to call that a make by Boucher. Because if Palmer touched that, that should have been goaltending. But Boucher with the bucket. 3 ball. J.J. Foster with his second 3. Needs to shoot. As he can get it rolling from 3 land. Cuts the deficit to 12. Good look, but that was blocked by Davis. Comes down to Palmer. Back out to Didier. Stay in this 2-3 zone. Does Luers. Palmer, cross-court pass to Didier. Back up top to Boucher. 3:15 remaining in the second quarter. Didier in the corner. Has Palmer down low, had position. Harrison's going to take it in the paint, puts it up, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Banks. Banks outlets to Walker. Walker has Curry. Curry takes it to Palmer. Left-handed and good. Looked like 2 solid steps there for Sidney Curry. Nice move by the freshman Sidney Curry, but called a travel and a turnover on Luers. 37-25 Southside on top, just under 3 minutes to go in the second. Boucher gets it across the timeline. Harrison. Far side to Boucher, down low to KJ King. No size in right now for Southside. KJ King, and they'll call a carry on the dribble by KJ King. Turnover, and we'll go back to Luers. Walker takes it, and we'll get a foul called on Boucher. That will be the team's 5th. His first. Here comes J.J. Foster. Pulls it up. Take the shot there. Goes down low to Curry. Size advantage. Curry flips it up with the left hand. Got behind the glass on the drop step. Didier produced the contact there on Banks as Banks was off balance. Good play by the sophomore Trajan Didier. They'll head to the line now to shoot a pair. Didier only with that 1 3 ball in the first quarter. Averages 19 a game. It's the first of 2. Second one up and good for Trajan Didier. 2:15 remaining in the second. Pressure by Shorter, and we'll get the foul called as Coach Mike Neville wants to talk it over with the youngster. Shorter with his first, that's the team's 6th. Foster looks to inbound. He does to Davis, who hands right back. Foster rubs a screen from Banks. Banks has a smaller Didier on him. They clear out smartly. Nice pass. Banks, turn around baseline jumper, no good. Rebound by King. King looks to push to Boucher. Boucher has it knocked away by Walker. Will stay with South.
Returning to the line for Knights, number 15, and Cook.
Banks sits and Cook back in for Luers. So Cook, Davis, Foster, Curry, and Walker. The 5 for Luers, the 5 for South. King, Palmer, Boucher, Didier, and number 5, Dennis Johnson Jr. Inbound to Boucher. Didier on the wing. Goes baseline. And they'll call that on the foul, on the floor before the shot. And that is on number 12. J.J. Foster, his second. That's the team's 8th. So 1-1 coming for Trajan Didier.
21, Trajan Didier.
Didier held in check with 5 points here in the first half, averaging 19 a clip. Hits the front end. We'll get that second attempt. Didier rattles that one home as well. Now with 7 for Didier. Cook gives it to Foster. Foster looked to go baseline, cut off by Johnson. Down low to Curry, knocked away by Palmer, and Palmer saves it. And King comes up with the loose ball. 41-25, South on top, minute and a half. King down low to Palmer. Palmer, cross court to Didier. Didier pump fake, baseline, and that's a traveling call on Didier off the pump fake. Good recovery defensively by Luers, turnover South. Inbound here to Walker. The crossover on Boucher. Leaves it to Davis in the corner. Davis can't get it to go. Ball comes out to Austin Boucher. Good look to Palmer. That's a travel on Palmer. Going back Luers' way, so a slew of turnovers here. As the second quarter winds down, minute 10 remaining. Foster leaves it to Curry. Curry with the nice look, can't get it to go. Davis with the putback, can't get that one. Palmer tracks it down and gets it to Johnson. Johnson up to Boucher, to Didier. 3-ball with Cook in his face, no good. Rebounded by Walker. 54 seconds, tried to leave it to Davis. Davis didn't come up with it. Out to Cook, back to Davis. Cook from the wing, 3-ball, they need it, can't get it to go. And they're gonna call a offensive foul on Sidney Curry. Ball for the push off. His second. That will send Deion Palmer to the line to shoot the 1-1. Palmer hits that one, now 2 for 3 from the line, and we'll get this a second attempt. Banks checks back in for Davis. Palmer lines up to second. Back rim no good, rebounded by J.J. Foster. 42-25, 40 seconds remaining. Banks. Walker. Good dribble drive and put it up with the left. Will get fouled. Look at that on Dennis Johnson.
Number 5, Dennis Johnson.
17th foul. Sent number 11, Ray Walker, to the line to shoot a pair. Has 5 points here in the first half. 11.5 is what he averages a clip. Lefty puts it in. Now with 6 points, as Banks and Curry sit down. Davis and Connor Neely check in for Luers. Front rim no good, so 1 out of 2 that trip. Nice push up and finished by Dennis Johnson now with 4 points. Just too easy of baskets. And a carry called on J.J. Foster. Turnover, another turnover for Luers. 22.1 seconds remaining. Southside will look for the last shot here. Inbounds to Johnson. King. Johnson. Walker's doing a nice job of face guarding Boucher, not letting him get the ball. They're going to call a foul on number 10, KJ King, for the trip. So the senior picks up his second. Team's 8th.
Return for the Archers, number 12, Courtney Shorter.
Inbound now to Foster. Foster takes it out, leaves it to Davis. Davis can't get it to go, gets his own rebound though. Put back, no good, and Palmer knocked away the board. That's where we'll end the first half. Southside on top of the arch rival Bishop Luers Knights 44-26. SummitCitySports.com brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine. Chris Cochran on the camera, Tim Atkinson calling your play-by-play. We'll take a short break and join you for the second half. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. SummitCitySports.com brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine. Chris Cochran on the camera. This is Tim Atkinson calling your play-by-play here this evening, coming to you from Southside, where Bishop Luers, arch rival and SAC foe, comes a couple miles here on the south side of Fort Wayne to take on these Southside Archers, who are up 44-26 at half. Been an outstanding half for the talented sophomore, highly recruited sophomore, top 50 player. Number 4, Austin Boucher, averages 23 a game, has 20 going into halftime, just on 3 threes, so hasn't overly lit it up from three-point land, but nonetheless has his team out to a 18-point lead. Other high scorer for Southside is the talented senior on senior night, Deion Palmer, the big fella, has 2 better than his average. Now sits at 10 at half. For Luers, just not enough scoring. Curry with 8, Walker and Foster and Banks all with 6, but just cannot get it going. Turnovers have been the story for Coach J.J. Foster here in his 3rd year tonight, and especially tonight against South. So the 5 for Southside on the floor: Didier, King, Palmer, Hairston, and Boucher. For Luers: Davis, Walker, Foster, Curry, and Banks. 16 minutes remaining of game time action. Luers need to start putting some stops together with some consistent points, down by 18. Boucher rubbed the screen off King, then found him. King with the floater, went glass. Little out of control, but nonetheless got her to go. King's first points. He averages 4.5 a game. Foster looking for Banks down low. Comes up top now to Walker. Foster with the dribble drive is going to get a foul call that time on KJ King. That will be his 3rd, team's first here in the second half. Foster looks to inbound near a 5-second foul, and it is a 5-second violation. Luers just out of syncs here tonight against Southside. Good pass up the floor to Harrison. Harrison looks to attack, finds Didier, back to Boucher. Boucher finds Palmer, and a traveling violation called on Palmer, moving the pivot feet before he put the ball down. So King will head out. Dennis Johnson will head in. Had a solid first half with 4 points. Did a lot of dirty work there in the first half for Coach Mike Novell. Inbound to Walker. Walker works for Davis, and they're going to get a reaching foul called on Austin Boucher. That's his second, team second, here within the first 40 seconds of the 3rd quarter. Davis needs help, looks for Foster. Foster settles it down. Now looks to set up the offense. That Curry down low, up top to Banks. They look for the high-low game there with Banks and Curry. Not open. Walker had an opening. Flipped out and threw right to Boucher. Boucher will take the steal. He'll go baseline on the dribble drive. Puts it up and no good. And the offensive foul called on Austin Boucher. There's been a couple of those questionable ones here this evening. Boucher will pick up his third, and he'll take a seat. As number 11 checks in. That's actually the freshman who plays on JV. As number 1, normally Mikhail Stevens, who's now playing the game. He's an outstanding guard as a freshman here at South. That's number 11. Where's number 1 in JV? Hairston, Stevens, back to Hairston. Didier's running the baseline, has Banks on him, should be able to go past him. Does right easily, right-handed finger roll, can't get it to go. Was looking for a foul on the hit, didn't get it to go. Foster, Banks, open, 3-ball, just looks so good coming out of the hand of Jordan Banks. Now with 9 points. Cuts the deficit to 17. Stevens looks down low to Palmer. Palmer has Curry on him. Back to Stevens. Gamble. Stevens with the floater. Can't get it to go. Palmer gets the board and the putback. Dion Palmer. The big two-handed board and bucket. Push the lead back to 19. Little double clutch layup tried for Foster. Knocked away at the last minute. We'll stay though with Luers. Banks with the jumper and the shooter's roll. Jordan Banks has such nice touch. Turnover. Walker picks it up. Foster to Walker. Needed that. Rebounded though by Banks. Banks back up top to Foster. Walks into a 3-ball. Left rim, no good. Banks with a nice tip and Curry with the finish. That was kept alive by Jordan Banks. Knocked it back into play. That was as it was falling out, as that one was stolen. What's the call here? Looks like Southside called the timeout. As the referee was calling the timeout, they threw the ball and the ball was stolen. But that's got to be a timeout. He blew the whistle. A timeout called by Coach Mike Novell. And that's a full timeout. Tough break for Luers as they're trying to make a run. Down by 15 with 5.5 minutes to go in the third. Trying to make a run to get back in this game against their rival. Foster played the passing lane beautifully. Came up with the steal, but the timeout call just called just previous to that turnover. SummitCitySports.com brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine. Glad to be out here at Fort Wayne for some SAAC basketball boys varsity action. Head back to the girls' rev this Saturday. Summit City Sports will be covering the regional at Kokomo High School, where the Homestead Lady Spartans will be taking on East Noble in the 12 noon game. And if they win that, they will play in the championship game of that regional with the, I believe it's a 7:30 tip, but just check your local listings for that tip. 5:10 to go in the third. Boucher back in the game. He has 3 personals. Didier, run a bit of a weave here. Harrison down low to Palmer. Palmer goes baseline on Curry, reverse layup. Dion Palmer, nice move, baseline. Finish with the left-handed reverse. Floater by Walker, can't get it to go. King rebounds. Outlets to Boucher. Boucher pushes. Right elbow jumper. No good. Palmer once again got the board. Couldn't get it to go. King came up with it and got the putback. 4 points now for KJ King. Foster looks to push. Out to Davis. Here's Curry. Good power dribble down low and finish. Sidney Curry with 12. Boucher feels out the defense, kicks it back to King. Here's Didier. Little 10-foot baseline floater, no good. Walker flips it up to Foster with the alley-oop to Davis, but too high. Need to make the smart play there and need to get the bucket down by 17.
Luers foul. Number 12, J.J. Foster.
That foul will be on Foster. That's his third as well, so Boucher and Foster both with 3. Curry checks out, Cook in for Luers. Inbound, King couldn't grab it. Good back cut by Hairston, right-handed floater, got the roll. Nicely done by Hairston, now has 4. That was all set up by his own back cut. Didn't stand and watch the ball, cut to the basket, and was Foster can't get it to go after the hit. Boucher. He's gonna slow up the pace with 3:40 to go in the third. Up by 19. Boucher to Hairston. So Hairston looks to inbound. Back to Boucher, will head back into the backcourt to receive it. Love the screen from King, moves it to Hairston, and then nice movement without the ball, and runs into Banks. Banks will get the blocking call. Looked like he was straight up. And Boucher.
Number 35, Jordan Banks. Line shooting 2 for the Archers, number 4.
Which was a huge call, because if it was called an offensive, that would have been Boucher's 4th. But it will be Banks' 3rd. Boucher hits the first of 2. Now with 21. And make it 22. Walker. Foster takes it in the crease of the defense and it's knocked away. Palmer with the reach. Hairston, Euro step. And that's a good move by Hairston. Call to travel. That's 2 steps. Also called the Euro step, put in by Manu Ginobili for the Spurs. Cook looking to inbound, finds Walker, double teamed. And almost thrown away. Stevens gets to him, knocks it away from Cook, almost a 10-second. And timeout called by head coach J.J. Foster. Look at a 30-second timeout on the floor. (56-35), biggest lead for Southside is 21. 3:03 remaining in the third. Bend in control since the early going. First quarter, they were up by 10, 24-14. Added 20 more points in the second quarter to Luers' 12. Halftime score of 44-26. Austin Boucher, the outstanding sophomore, being recruited by all the big schools in the area, IU, Purdue, Xavier, Butler, you name it. They're showing some interest in the sophomore point guard, listed at 6'2", but has a great wingspan of 6'7". Inbound comes into Walker. Down low to Banks. Banks, right-handed jump hook, no good. Curry tried the putback and will get fouled on the putback. We'll send Curry to the line. 2 shoot 2. That was on Palmer, his first. That's the team's fourth, as Curry hits the first. Curry now with 13 points. And make it 14. Cuts the deficit back to 19. Stevens in the corner, wide open for 3, no good. Boucher with the nice tip to Palmer, but couldn't get it to go. Southside just quicker to the ball here this evening at home. Stevens back out top to Boucher. Boucher gets a screen from King. Boucher, and that's a traveling call on Boucher.
Returning to the Knights, number 12, J.J. Foster.
Turnover South, 2:28 remaining in the third, 56-37. Didier's going to check back in. Boucher will sit.
And number 5, Dennis Johnson.
So Hairston, Stevens, Didier, Palmer, and Johnson, the 5-4. Southside, Walker, Foster, Cook, Banks, and Curry are your 5. For Luers, Curry down low, double teamed, went baseline, nice drop step move to the baseline by Curry, puts it up and in. Now has 16, averages 12 a game. Harrison looks for Palmer down low, finds him with Banks guarding him. Left-handed hook, no good, rebound by Curry. Curry looks to push it up to Walker, up to Foster. Foster wide open for 3. And didn't have his feet set underneath that shot as Curry rebounds and puts it back up. Sidney Curry finally showing the aggressiveness that most coaches have wanted to see. Late whistle on the call. Looks like Curry's gonna get hit with the pushing foul. Late whistle, almost called after he missed the bunny. That will send Hairston to the line to shoot 2. That's Sidney Curry's third. Hairston misses the first. He'll stay with 4 points. Average is 2.5. Second attempt for Hairston. Back rim, no good. Rebounded by Banks. Banks hands it to Foster. Cook, back up top to Foster. Foster gets a screen from Curry. Takes it all the way in with the left hand. Nice move. J.J. Foster finally gets on the board in the second half. Now with 8 points. Palmer, pump fake, puts it up. No good, rebounded by Johnson. Put back up and fouled by Banks. Dennis Johnson, the smaller of all the rebounders, smallest of all the rebounders down there, came up with the board, and he'll be rewarded with the trip to the line. Johnson hits the first, now with 5 points. 57-43. Banks out, Davis in. Luers needs to finish this quarter strong. Got pulled within 14, or been down as big as 21. That one's good for Johnson. Now with 6 points. Walker, 1 minute to go in the third. Almost a 3-2 zone here for South. That's what it looks like. In the corner to Foster. Foster 3, no good. And blocked out nicely by Hairston. He did come up with it and threw it out to Stevens. Cross-court pass to Didier, goes baseline and put it up and good. One of my pet peeves in the game of basketball right there. Guy was in the air, the offensive player in the air. The defense comes up underneath him and gets the offensive foul, was definitely set, but the offensive player in attack was already in the air. Would love to see that call changed, but offensive foul called on Didier. That's his second. They stay in the zone. Luers real stagnant on offense here with 15 seconds to go. Looks like they're trying to dribble it out. Cook, back up top. Cook, he'll let go of a three. Back rim, no good. And Palmer with the board, 4 seconds, 2 seconds. And Stevens at the buzzer. Nicely done by Southside. Takes the lead, 60-43 on the nice finish, as I was just mentioning, on that last free throw attempt for Southside, how crucial it was for Luers to finish the quarter strong. Went the opposite way, and Southside laid the hammer down. Now put it back up by 17 points with only 8 minutes remaining in the game. So Boucher, 20 points at halftime, 22 now overall in the game. Has been held in check, but has picked up a third personal foul, which sent him to the bench for a bit of time. But Austin Boucher is an extremely talented player, sophomore here in the city of Fort Wayne, along with fellow sophomore Trajan Didier. Have good things rolling here at Southside. 12-7 overall this year. 3-3 in this Summit Athletic Conference. As the time starts on Luers, that's 3 seconds, 4 seconds, and thrown away. And that leads to a turnover and a foul, as they gave them the warnings. Obviously the referee gave the warning and just out of the timeout and just set the ball down and started the clock. Almost led to a 5-second call, but either way it was a turnover back to South. Boucher picks up the dribble. Hairston makes a nice back cut once again and finds King. Harrison's had an outstanding game. King now with 6. And Harrison's been the blue guy for South. Davis, Cook, Walker. Walker steps into a 3 and knocks it down. But right away, South came back. Hairston, and can't get it to go. Davis with the left-handed finger roll. That one won't go. Rebounded by Palmer. Out to Hairston. Hairston going to take it back out smartly and leaves it to Didier. Back to Boucher. Boucher with a good look to Palmer, and Palmer flushes it home. Wow, missed the dunk there. Palmer with 16 points. Team back up by 18. Cook from the top of the key leaves it to Walker. No backspin at all, but knocked it down. Walker now has 9 knuckleball, but that's been the story. Luers cannot get back in transition. Hairston with another easy bucket. Davis, Walker. Cook steps into a 3 on the wing. No good. Rebounded by KJ King. Outlets to Didier. Didier finished nicely with the right hand. Didier now with 9. Lead back to 19. SummitCitySports.com brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine. Chris Cochran on the camera. Tim Atkinson calling your play-by-play as Walker can't hit that 3. Rebounded once again by King. And the outlet that time stolen by Walker. That's the smooth game right there from Foster. A couple dribbles in off the 3-point line and knocks. As that trip on Boucher. Definitely looked like Boucher stuck the leg out there and tripped Walker as he was running up the court. Boucher now will sit with 4. He was obviously not happy about the non-foul call down here on the offensive end. Foster. Cook. Foster in the corner. Had Curry there in the short corner. That's where they need to find it. 3 ball. That one's good by Foster. His 3rd of the game. Now has 13 points. 14-point lead for South. 5:10 remaining. Southside right now needs to control the clock. Almost a turnover there on a carry for Didier. KJ King. KJ King needs to get it to a point guard. Ends up crossing over. Curry goes right by him. Right-handed flip, no good. And off Harrison will go to Luers. 58-54. Luers needs to get a bucket here. Timeout called by Coach Mike Novell as he wants to talk about it. Full timeout here at Southside with the lead dwindling for the Archers, only up by 14 now. Biggest lead of 21 here in the second half. SummitCitySports.com brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine. Make sure you check out the schedule. Be back in some more boys action on Thursday, as I will be at Blackhawk Christian for Snyder at Blackhawk Christian with the outstanding junior Malik Williams for Snyder. Last time I checked, was ranked number 38 in his class by ESPN. That will be quite a battle for Blackhawk Christian. Drake Thompson, really the only real true size, maybe Rick Hall as well for Blackhawk Christian. But Snyder will have the size advantage with Hicks Gentry, Devin Tennant, and of course Malik Williams. That will be Thursday at Blackhawk Christian, 7:30 tip time. And Friday we'll be back out covering more boys action. And then Saturday, as I mentioned, out regionals at Kokomo for the Homestead girls. They play at noon against East Noble. Banks, 4-3, can't get it to go. Curry with the tip, Palmer knocked it away. Banks, Cook steps into a 3, no good, and rebound by King. Luers needed that 3 ball, that would have cut it to 11. Hairston knocked away by Cook. Curry, and that's knocked away by King. No back-to-back turnovers. Boucher leaves it to Palmer. Palmer smartly took his time. Out to Boucher. That's going to go off Boucher, out of bounds to Luers, so still with the chance to cut into this 14-point deficit. Foul. Look at a blocking foul called on Deion Palmer. That will be Palmer's second. Curry to the line to shoot 2. Got to score here in this fourth quarter. Had 10 in the third, 18 points total. Back rim and can't get it to go. Boucher with the board. Looks to push, pulls up from 15 and drains it. You gotta stop ball. If you let Boucher penetrate that far, he'll knock that down with consistency. As Foster tried to answer, can't get it to go. 6-point advantage for South. 16-point advantage. Boucher moves it to Hairston, up top to Didier. Didier leaves it to Austin Boucher. Boucher goes past Walker, but Walker knocks it out. And out of bounds. We'll stay with South. Palmer, nice left hand, can't get it to go, but rebounds it right over the top of Cook. Kicks it back out to Didier, right back to Palmer. Palmer goes with that same move, that time blocked by Cook. And the foul. Will send Deion Palmer to the line. Foul on Blank Cook. Palmer hits the first. 3 for 5 from the line. Second attempt for Palmer, rattles home. Three minutes remaining, 72-54, Southside on top, Banks. That was partially blocked by King. Boucher comes out with it, hesitation dribble, good look to Didier. And Didier couldn't corral it. Looks like it jammed the finger of Didier. As Didier will set, and Stevens in. 2:55 to go in the game. Foster will let it roll. And pick it up here as the clock starts. Crossover, try to go behind the back on Stevens. Got to the cup, but couldn't get it to go. Rebound by Palmer. Boucher. Somebody needs to stop ball. Good look to Hairston. Hairston tried to flip it out to Stevenson as loose ball. Banks comes up with it. Cook. Down low to Curry. Foul called that time on Deion Palmer, a blocking foul. Not sure how you get a blocking foul as a low post player is starting to face up on you. Well, that's what happened. Curry will head to the line now to shoot two. Excuse me, they'll shoot to 1-1. Johnson checks back in for Stevens. As Palmer will sit. Didier back in for Palmer. Curry with the front end of the 1-1. Can't get it to go. That's the second front end he's missed here in the fourth quarter, leaving valuable points up on the board. They're on the floor. Boucher, good look to King. Back out to Boucher, 2:15 to go. 72-54. Boucher all the way in with the left hand and good. Shows the athleticism and the length there. Austin Boucher now with 26 points. 3 over his average. Banks can't get the layup to go and knocked out of bounds. We'll stay with Luers. 20-point advantage for the Archers. Just under 2 minutes to go here. It's SummitCitySports.com, brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine. Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you'll be notified of all of our full game video and highlight clips as they're posted. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. And of course, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports. Walker with the floater, now has 11. Boucher gonna take it in, double clutch on the layup, right hand, can't get it to go. And out of bounds to Luers. Walker. Hesitation dribble, goes all the way to the left side of the glass and puts it in. And we'll head to the line for the opportunity, the three-point play. $74-58, minute 28 remaining here in the game.
number 11, Ray.
SummitCitySports.com brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine. Chris Cochran on the camera. Tim Atkinson calling your play-by-play. Walker rims out, no good. Lane violation. Ray Walker with his second attempt has 12 here tonight. 6 at half, 6 here in the second. Can't get that to go. He'll stick with 12 points. Dennis Johnson now looking to inbound. Minute 25 to go. KJ King will take it all the way, lead it out to Didier. Didier smartly pulls it back out. Boucher's going to attack it and leave it to King. King with the double clutch and gets fouled by Davis.
Nice foul, number 2, Aaron Chapman.
KJ King to the line to shoot 2.
Number 10, KJ King.
Minute 14 to go. 7th foul.
In the lineup of the Knights, number 32, Connor Neely.
KJ King now with 7. Now 8. KJ King 2 for 2 from the line. 76-58 South on top. Minute 10 to go. Foster crossover out to Banks. Near side, Walker. Floater with the left, no good. And boarded by King. Out to Boucher. Boucher has Hairston. Bounce pass right to Hairston, who finishes with the right hand. From deep, front rim, no good. And corralled and rebounded by Connor Neely, but comes out. Boucher gonna try for the jam. Right-handed jam for Austin Boucher. Got up here on the right side. Now with 28 points for Austin Boucher, leads all in scoring. Averages 23 a game. King, Boucher, and Boucher will bring it back out and dribble it out smartly. Good sportsmanship there by Austin Boucher. As that's how we will end it here at Southside with the Southside Archers. Class 4A beating the Class 3A Bishop Luers Knights 80-58. For Chris Cochran, I'm Tim Atkinson. SummitCitySports.com brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to that for all notifications on our full game videos and highlight clips. We'll see you on the next one.